Vera Deacon says, "We stand on their shoulders," and we should never forget it. Vera was one of the founding members of the Realist Writers Group with Frank Hardy. And Vera nurtured so many other women's books, including Dorothy Hewitt's. And, of course, the stuff that Dymphna wrote from overseas when she was overseas. Vera would be the model to me, and her words the model of what I tried to do in Yarn Spinners. And that is to tell their stories in such a way that we realise what pioneers they were, how brave they were. And they were little women. I mean, Miles and Dymphna were less than 5 foot high. Florence was a very strapping Juno-esque woman, but the other two were quite small, and yet they had to take on the publishing industry in Australia and in England. I mean, Miles Franklin had taken it on once with her own work, 20-something years beforehand, or 30 years beforehand, in fact, before she met Dymphna. And they are models for us, but at the same time, strategic exemplar. That's the word. They're strategic exemplars for us of how to go about cooperating with other women to take on tasks that need to be done if we're going to make this a better world by revealing the truth, which is why I believe the Consortium of Investigative Journalists would enrol Dymphna today if she was still around, and to break through the pompous and the powerful who act like bullies, and to prevent people getting through the message of what they see as the truth of an activity that is not friendly to society, like cutting down the fig trees in Sydney, like cutting down the plane trees in Blackheath, or like keeping a detention centre open on Manus, or like doing collaborative nuclear testing. They were able to take on issues as big as that by having international collaborative networks of women, one of which the International Fellowship for Peace, WILPF, and for Peace and Friendship, WILPF, Miles Franklin helped found in 1915 by organising contingents of women from America to go and join contingents of women from all around the world, either side of the forces in the Second World War, and to meet in The Hague and to set up a charter of women fighting for peace and freedom. So we do stand on their shoulders, and we forget, I think, in the 21st century, that glass ceilings aren't what it's all about, and they're still not what it's all about, because there's so many women in all of those refugees out there, and in all of those camps, and in all of the third world sweat factories, who need the wisdom and the nous and the examples and the help from women in the first world who were standing on the shoulders of those women who did win a lot of those battles, to take take the fight, if you like, or to take the campaign into other arenas where they can be inspired and helped and encouraged by knowing that success was possible, even in a totally male-dominated publishing industry, as it was when Miles and Dymphna got their books into print.